Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Woody Allen Retrospective right here on planettyro.com. Thanks for listening. I am joined, as always, with my co-host who, last episode, proclaimed himself the Trump of outer space. He's building the wall, guys. It's Simon Red.
What the hell are you talking about? I never said anything like that. I just said I said I wanted to keep your ass out. I didn't say about anybody else. Do you know how much time building a wall in space takes? More time than I wanted to spend. I got enough time watching all these damn Woody Allen movies. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you for that, Simon. I'll just re-edit that to make it sound like you hate everybody, as I always do. So
yeah, you do that. You just spend more time re-editing what I say. You be the fake news of this fucking podcast.
It's one of the things that gives me the most pleasure in life, Simon. So I will. Don't worry, I will. So anyway, guys, if you were here last time, you remember us talking about that movie me and Simon called A Modern Fairy Tale called Alice. If you missed that discussion...
Again, I never said that.
Whatever.
I called it boring. I didn't say it was modern fairy tale.
Yes, you did. You said it was like...
well, probably I did, but now I'm saying I didn't. So let's just keep this Trump theme going. Guys,
click on the top right corner if you want to go back to that discussion. But as always, we're moving forward. We're in the 90s now. Guys, I want to announce that I finally got the website up, WoodyAllenRetro.com. If you go and put that in your browser, you'll see a nice web page with all our recordings. And you know what? If you go to the website, you might get the recordings a day earlier. Because you're going to the website, I'm going to treat you guys a little bit more special. So thanks for that. It's very basic, guys. So leave your comments if you don't like it. Then, tough luck. Screw you. It is what it is. It's a free website. And we're doing it because some of you guys requested it. Don't forget, we're also on the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Android, any podcast app you can find or you like, your favorite app is on there. And lastly, guys, as usual, all these reviews we do for the Woody Allen movies are spoiler discussions. We get into all the nitty gritty. A lot of the in-jokes would be more easier to understand if you'd watched the movie. So when you bitch and complain about, I didn't get that, what do you guys mean? It's because we're talking about the inners of the movie. So watch the movie in its entirety and you can get into jokes. If you don't care, and I know a lot of you guys listen to these reviews just for comedy, that's fine. Just stay tuned, listen to me and Simon tear apart the movie. And tear apart is definitely the operative conjunction phrase we're using for this movie right here.
You're making it overly complicated already. Like this movie doesn't deserve this many introductions. You're making too much of an effort. I mean, come on. All right, let's just get this to this because I need to get this off my chest. Okay, so
I love it when you fucking interrupt. By the way, you carry on, motherfucker. Go.
Yeah, exactly. Like just cut it short. 1991. 1 year later, we're gonna look at the next movie on the list, but it's not written by and directed by Woody Allen. It's starring Woody Allen, alongside Bette Midler, who's a terrific actress.
Did you say Bette Midler?
Yeah, well, that's her name, right?
It's Bette Midler, not Batman. It's Bette.
That's what I said. I said Bette.
You said Bette Midler.
I didn't say bad like
you said Bette. Rewind the tape, Jay. I'm rewinding the tape so you guys can hear that. What?
You listen to your own damn DC reviews too much. It's bad. Like that Bethany. Yeah, Bette Midler. Not bad as in Batman, but Bette.
You got Bette on the brain. All right, go on, continue.
Yeah, that's the most important. Fuck it. Let's just keep going. Okay. Scenes from a Mall. Co-written and directed by Paul Mazursky, who's claim to fame was doing the TV pilot for the Monkees. You know that band from like what, the 60s?
We're here with the Monkees. Yeah,
I'm a Believer. That's their biggest song. And also he directed movies of his own outside of this one. I believe the one he got the most critical acclaim for is called An Unmarried Woman. I haven't seen it yet, so if this gets you interested, I recommend starting with that one. But oh boy, Scenes from a Mall, the typical 90s film. We're going to the super mall. It was just such an amazing cultural experience that people thought setting a whole movie around it would be a good freaking idea.
Mm-hmm.
Woody and Bette Midler are a married couple, and the first 5 minutes of this movie are almost like an inside joke because we're not in New York, we're in LA, and Woody plays a California guy, the people he always makes fun of, and his character even jokes about they're preparing for a dinner party for their wedding anniversary, that this one dude is going to come to the party that Woody hates because he talks about how New York is the cultural center of the world and LA is just empty and shallow. Basically everything he said. It's almost like this dude wants to make a Woody Allen movie starring Woody Allen. Like, he's trying really hard. We get some old school tunes playing with very simple credits of just the cast list, panning in on the family where the kids are going on vacation. So he's really trying to establish that these guys have been married for a while. They have kids of their own. And the big thing is that Woody's like this business broker guy who brokers legal deals for, I think, the NFL, some sports. He gets basically endorsements and talks to brands a lot. And she's a psychiatrist. So they're very California people in the 90s, and it's very 90s. They wear 90s tracksuits and all that stuff. And the movie tries to make a very strong point about this. It's really freaking important, even though it isn't. And the big kicker is that she's a psychiatrist. And she writes books about marriage, how to reinstate your marriage, save your marriage, how to survive in the age of divorces. And they seem to be like a good example for it. Two people who are older, been married for a while, and pulled through, raised kids, everything's going fine. Except it isn't. What a fucking surprise. Guess what? Everybody cheats. Spoiler alert. I bet you didn't see that coming. And you're thinking to yourself, but what the fuck does this have to do with going to the mall? Well, guess what? Here comes the genius idea. So these two motherfuckers get into the car to get some shopping done for the dinner party, which you think in this typical Woody Allen setting would be the big kicker, right? That they have to deal with their problems when the guests arrive and we get a bunch of colorful characters. No, they go to the mall, and the movie already sets it up in a couple of clever ways that you have subplots, you have a business deal, where they park the car and what they buy. These will all be little hindrances keeping them from leaving the mall. So that's it. The entire movie will be set in this mall that it's supposed to be so visually amazing and such an amazing spectacle. So once in the first 10 minutes, the entire plot that, hey, the marriage ain't perfect after all is revealed, the movie just keeps on going for almost another 2 hours. And you're just sitting there watching these guys walk around the mall. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, who thought this was a good idea? And oh, by the way, if you're a bit younger and you don't recall the 90s because you're maybe like 15, which means you were born in like 2002, well, this is going to be a time capsule for you because holy shit. If you would have asked a white person who never met anybody of any different ethnicity to direct a movie about ethnicities, you would get this freaking movie because you have these group of black guys who couldn't be more 90s who just walk around the mall rapping.
Yeah.
And keep cutting to them. Like, they don't have a microphone. They don't have an act. It's like they're just yelling at random people and music's coming from somewhere. It's not even like they're in the corner and, they're like young artists trying to raise money or sell their seat or something like that. No, they're just part of the decoration. They just like three random black guys who felt like it's time to, rap.
Simon, I don't want to use a pun, Simon, but that's a definition of hip. They were hip at the time. So, come on, it was easy. End of the day, I understand where you're coming from. And
tag me out. You take a bite at this bullshit.
Oh, man, guys, this is a bad movie, without a doubt. The movie is bad. But let's have a little bit of fun with it because, honestly, there's some things about this movie which are somewhat interesting conceptually. Let me asterisk this. Conceptually, it could have been good.
No, man. For this movie, you're supposed to be rapping this. Where are the rhymes, man? Yeah, pull your jeans down.
No, to be fair, I hear what you're saying. To be honest with you, I don't really find it a stereotype because back in the 90s, even the black movies, that was kind of black hip-hop culture. It was the whole, look at they were wearing colourful. Even if you watch Boys in the Hood, that's how they were dressing. That's how they were.
I'm talking about the dress code. I'm like, that's all they do in the movie.
Yeah, but that's all black people did in movies at that point. And, you know, Woody Allen, let's be honest, in the last movie, Woody Allen had a black person that was just a trainer, or they had more screen time. Look, I don't want to insult Woody Allen with his casting decisions, but this time I'm a black guy, and I thought it was appropriate for the time. This is what I was used to seeing at that time, and it's not even close to the worst thing about the movie. And that's not the only stereotype in the movie as well. There's actually some Asian characters. There's very Asian things. So,
and also fucking mimes. What's up with that? It's
come on, that's one of my favorite parts. Because honestly, you know what? Let me start by saying this. This movie is basically like Woody Allen called Radio Days a cartoon. I don't know why he called the movie a cartoon. This is a cartoon because it's just one joke through the whole movie. And here's the thing. I could go on a rant about how upset I was about the movie. The movie is a waste of time. But again, there's things, let me really get to the things I like, because you're making me talk about the things I don't like, and there's a lot. Let me talk about the things I like. Woody Allen doing this movie. I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking to myself, why would Woody Allen do this movie? And I tell you, honestly, I think Woody Allen felt the weight of his own career. He's doing all these serious movies, all these think pieces so much. And Woody Allen, he sees himself as an actor as well as a director. And you know what? I think Woody Allen just wants to act. So what does he do? He picks a very silly role where he doesn't have to think, where he wears a fucking ponytail in this movie as well.
Oh yeah, that's the ponytail. Why does he have a ponytail in the movie?
Because he's doing everything the opposite to what he would actually do. It's like he walked off the set. It's like someone said, "Hey, be in my movie, Woody." He's like, "Sure." Did he have a script? I don't think so. I think he just was himself. He was like an exaggerated version, like you said, a caricature of an LA guy in a 2.5 family having an argument, and he's being 10% of what he would be in any of his own movies. So for me, when we say Woody Allen phones it in on some of his other movies, like a Midsummer Night's sex comedy or whatever, and he just wants to take a break.
I thought he was good in that, to be honest with you. But
yeah, but I'm just saying, this is a movie to me where I feel like he's just taking a break. He doesn't care. I'm not writing it. I'm not directing it. I get to play some idiot guy. I kind of get to be an exaggerated person with myself, and I get to play off a cold lead, which is very well known at the time. She was very well celebrated, Bette Midler. But here's the thing. The thing I kind of liked about this movie is just seeing Woody Allen do something I didn't think I'd ever see him do. He's in this very 90s movie. The way the movie is shot, it's not one take, but you're following them like you're a third wheel, like you're a fly on the wall, following them through the whole mall. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think Woody Allen would do this himself. So it's interesting to see himself in this movie. That being said, the actual script in the movie is fucking garbage. And let me start, I guess the positive things are out of the way. Let me start by this whole relationship they have with this whole cheating thing. Woody Allen's character is a fucking slimeball. He's cheated on his wife. He tells it, the way he even just tells like it's nothing. The way he tells, and he cheated multiple times. And I was just like, look, I don't think I'm meant to take this seriously. But then they I don't know if you're meant to be rooting for them or it's meant to be funny, but it's not funny because Woody Allen comes off as an arsehole, just tells her how it is, doesn't give a fuck, and then, he's so sorry. And then more than halfway through the movie, his wife is so upset with him, but then he literally fucks her into forgiving him. Which is awesome. It's like, you're kidding me. He fucks her in the cinema and all of a sudden, all is forgiven. I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. This is an insult to relationships. And she's meant to be a therapist. She's written a book on relationships. And actually, one of the things she's wrote in the book is that, which I thought was somewhat interesting, but again, it's a portrayal of the whole narrative, because she wrote this book about, back in the days of marriage when it was first instituted, life expectancy was only 30 years. So in real marriage, you have to start again every 14 years. You have to reaffirm your relationship. And because they try to make it a metaphor for the movie that because they're going through this rough patch, they have to reaffirm and forgive each other or whatever. Garbage. Because later she admits that she has an affair. Then Woody's like, yeah, fuck you, fuck this, even though he's a multiple cheater. So, by this point, I'm watching the movie thinking, he's a cheater, she's a cheater, but you're not meant to feel sorry for them. This is obviously meant to be a comedy, but it's not funny. Even the dialogue is not really, it's okay. That's being very nice. They have some, not witty banter, some funny banter, and that's just based on the fact Woody Allen's done this for a long time. He knows how to talk. He knows how to be funny. So
yeah, that both of the actors are great. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everything you just said just makes me hate this movie even more.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I like to see Woody Allen be directed by someone else. Because it comes off different and he gets to play different characters. Almost like he wanted to be the anti-Woody Allen. He's in California. He has a fucking ponytail.
Yeah.
He has kids. He's like his negative self. Like he went to the infinity zone or something like.
Dude, he says fuck like 3 times in this movie.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's like his evil twin.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like his clone.
Exactly.
Like, you know, in some old school comic where you get replaced by your double. And he's like the exact opposite of you.
And that's what makes the movie special. That's that is why I find the movie tolerable. But it's a waste of time. It's a bad movie. I actually don't recommend watching it. But just seeing him do this, and I can clearly see this is literally a walking movie for Woody. I get to do something else. I'm not writing the movie. And to your surprise, Simon, the same year the next movie we're talking about is a movie in the same year because he's writing his own movie, he's filming his own movie at the same time, make this one anyway. So to him, he's not really doing anything.
I thought it slipped into 92. Not like it matters, but
No, it's 91. The Shadows Unfold. Next one's 91.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's expected. He did a similar thing with The Front.
Exactly.
Which is a much better movie. And that's the thing. Him and Bette Midler are great.
Yeah.
But it's wasted in this awful movie. And that just pisses me off even more because the jokes fall flat.
Yeah.
The drama falls flat. And the narrative makes no sense. And it's predictable as hell. You know where this is going. Yeah. I'm like, why are you wasting my time? It almost feels like it's a play movie. But it's not even that. Because we keep cutting to fucking mimes every 5 minutes. I'm like, why do I have to watch this damn
we got to talk about that. Because that guy, I really like that mime because that's what this movie was like, a cartoon. Woody hated this mime character who was mocking him.
I hated him too.
But that's what I liked. I actually wanted to see him in another Woody movie because I just loved the way he was irritating Woody. He was such a bitch, and Woody's like, fuck off. I know it's dumb. Don't get me wrong. It's not even much praise. I just like the fact he was annoying Woody as much as this movie was annoying me. Because don't get me wrong, I might be having a good time reviewing the movie. I did not have a good time watching the movie. But I just liked seeing Woody in this environment because, again, we've watched so much of his movies, and I even felt like he was just taking a vacation being an actor in another person's movie, like you said. And with The Front and Play It Again Sam, that he did those 2 movies he didn't direct, he took those roles more seriously. This one, I don't think he gave a shit. I don't think he cares about this movie at all. And this decade, this is not the first time. This is not the second time. He's going to do multiple movies in this decade. He never directs. So to me, for me, as a person, maybe he just wanted to like break away from just acting, just directing his own and acting his own movies. Because we see him. We're going to talk about a lot of movies coming up that he's not directing, plays, the animated movie Ants. He's going to do a lot of stuff, and it's nice for him to. I think it's healthy because he's what's about to happen to him as well. I think it's healthy for him to kind of take a break. And I just like seeing him as an actor doing something else because we're going to get a lot of good Woody movies even going forward. So, but is the movie good? No. And I'm not trying to trick anyone into watching this. It's a piece of shit. It's very irritating. And I wish Bette Midler was in another Woody Allen movie, which she's not, which is, well, unless I can't remember, which is a shame because she's a very good co-lead. And the movie's wasted. I like the more setting. And the last positive thing I like to say about this movie, well, not about this movie, is I wondered what Woody Allen would have done if he was going to do a movie about a couple breaking up in a mall. Because I think this movie would have probably been a lot more interesting if he wrote and directed it. But just like you said in the very beginning, I don't think he would be interested because Woody Allen, especially when it comes to these reality movies, he likes to infuse a little bit of fantasy or something a little bit magical. So if he wrote this movie, I don't think it would have been just this anyway. He would have added something to this dynamic that would have made it a lot more appealing anyway.
The mime would have been death. That's what he would have added. The mime would have been the fucking
He wouldn't have been in the movie. He wouldn't have been in the movie.
I don't know, man. I didn't like this at all. I just thought it's really dated because it's all centered around the cultural phenomenon of going to the mall, which is completely outdated.
Yeah.
Keeping them around, it's like it's very predictable. Like every time some new information comes out, like one of them screwed up in a relationship, they have a fight, but then we can't leave, so we have to talk. And I guess you could say that one of the few clever messages, or put clever in freaking quotes with a mime doing the sign language for it, of the movie is that if you talk, it's always better. Talk. Don't argue, don't scream and shout. Talk, and maybe you can see things through the other person's eyes and come to a better conclusion and solve your problems. But the end message of the movie is that everybody fucks up. So fuck everything. Why break up if you can be miserable together? I mean, okay, thanks for the message. I'm really glad you wasted 2 hours to tell me this really important life lesson. Now go fuck yourself. Like, really, what am I supposed to say?
It's true. It does make the movie pointless that it ends basically on they reluctantly stay together, don't break up, and they know each other's dirty secrets, and they're not happy. And again, it's meant to be. This is why the movie is the most pointless of all. Obviously, this is not meant to be taken seriously, but it's not funny. So at the end of the day, you failed. If this was meant to be a romantic comedy about a couple breaking up and we're just meant to enjoy the dialogue between them, completely failed. I don't know, man. Like I said, the director who you mentioned, I think you said he did one noteworthy movie.
Well, his movies got all right reception, but the one that got the most praise is An Unmarried Woman. And I mean, if he got Woody Allen and Bette Midler to sign up to this, I guess he should have good credits, but he didn't ring a bell to me when I just looked it up.
Yeah. Well, guys, it should go without saying that the audience scores on this movie is so terribly low, I can guarantee. One of the reasons I was looking forward to doing this review with you, Simon, we got the only review for this movie on YouTube. So if we're going to do it, we're going to have fun with it, we're going to be the only ones. Let's make it entertaining for the audience. So
literally nobody else could be bothered to watch this shit.
Even on IMDb.
You have grown-ass man on YouTube reviewing Pokemon merchandise, and even they said, nah, man, I'm good. I got better shit to do with my life. I got to collect me some Pikachu dolls.
I read a review on IMDb that called this movie a movie of mutual destruction. Destroying both careers. But here's the thing. The movie wasn't like oversold or promoted widely to be damaging.
I doubt anybody even saw this. So who would be disappointed?
No. And people are going to be surprised. This movie, Scenes from the Morgue, this movie called Scene from the Morgue. There's only one couple, one scene. It's not like a multi-cam, different characters, scenes from the Morgue. And it's so funny that you said that, the Morgue, in the 90s, how many movies set in the Morgue? I know I'm thinking of the Kevin Smith movie, Mallrats comes to mind. The 90s was all about being in the fucking Morgue. How many 90s? This is such a trope. Oh
yeah, I was even thinking that even Fresh Prince in the first season had that episode that got extended with flashbacks so they can go to the mall in the first half. When they had the Halloween party, that whole episode got extended to a 2-parter because they kept remembering stuff that you've seen earlier in the season. I'm like, what, y'all having budget troubles already or something? But I'm not gonna hate on Fresh Prince. It's my all-time favorite show. But still, even they did it.
Sure. I just love seeing Woody in his ponytail with his white, everyone says
his gigolo suit.
His gigolo white suit with the sunglasses shouts asshole. That is just the perfect asshole suit. You ever see someone walking up to you, white suit, sunglasses, asshole. So, in summary, this movie's a piece of shit. We had fun talking about it. I know Simon wished it was a 10-minute review, but guys, come on. I gotta entertain you guys on the Woody Allen retrospective. And as I said before, the scores are so low. It's critically panned, audience panned. But we're being completionists, guys. That's why we couldn't skip this one. But I'm not skipping anything. We're gonna watch it all so we can say we know Woody Allen, even though he didn't write or direct this one. But moving on to the next movie, as you know, same year, it's gonna be the next one. And let me tell you something, Simon. I wonder what you're going to say about the next movie. Because the next movie, let's see what Woody Allen was writing while he was filming this. And that is going to be another laugh.
A suicide note. That's what he was writing, probably.
You know what? You're going to end up blaming this movie for what's coming next. But guys,
probably will.
Thanks for watching, Simon. Thanks for joining me in this one. I really appreciate you watching this one with me.
You know what he should have done? He should have pulled another What's Up Tiger Lily or whatever that freaking movie was called, where he dubbed it over. He should have dubbed this whole movie over, make them argue about chess or something.
That
I
would
don't
have been
even-
that wouldn't have been good. I think this movie might have worked even better as an animated movie with more exaggerated features. Yeah.
Yeah, because who doesn't want to take their kids to a Disney movie about two 40-year-olds getting a divorce after multiple affairs? That sounds like a great plot. They should have made that the sequel to Little Mermaid or something.
Yeah, I mean that scene where they were in the cinema having sex and those other guys were sitting there watching, and then
Yeah, that's the other thing where they try to make this movie really multicultural, but they just left a bunch of stereotypes in there. I'm like, I don't even know, were those guys Indian or Arab? They were just people in beards and robes in LA. I'm like, okay, that's the only thing we know about them. And that they really want to see that movie about some poor children and some ass end of the world. I'm like, okay, is this supposed to say something? How
Yeah.
you should evaluate your
she
problems?
was climaxing to that part, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's, again, a weird fucking joke. And I'm like, is it supposed to say that look at these people with these superficial problems while somebody's starving across the planet? I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't help me. That's the dumbest comparison. That's when somebody says you don't like your food while somebody's starving. I'm like, the food still tastes like shit. Just because someone's starving, I can't tell you that the food tastes like shit. I mean, what kind of comparison is that?
Guys, this is why you guys listening gotta love the Planet Tyro Woody Allen retrospective. Because if you were listening to the Rotten Tomatoes IMDb guys reviewing this movie seriously, they would be offended. They would be upset. There's so much offensive SJW things about this movie, but we're having fun with it because it's a piece of shit. We can identify what's wrong, but we can still identify things that might have worked or things that made us laugh. And that's what we're going to do is retrospective.
What do you think would have made this better? Because I already told me that Woody should have just dubbed it over and that's it. Just made it just crazy.
That would have been too much work. I think Woody could have just written a throwaway script that would have been a lot better than the movie. Because honestly, the reason why the movie's not good, it's meant to be a comedy, but it's the portrayal of these two characters isn't really funny because it's too over the top. The way they betrayed each other isn't very, especially Woody Allen's character. He's done it multiple times. He's very dismissive. He doesn't feel any remorse for it. And then his wife admits so late in the movie, it's not consistent. The dialogue is okay, just based off the acting, but it's not good enough. Woody would have had to write the movie, and it would have been a lot better. Even if he didn't add something fantastical, it still would have been a bit of a snooze, as you like to say. So not much could have saved this movie anyway, but I just tried to look on the possibilities of what could have made it better.
Yeah. Well, the end credits were great because it was fucking short.
You did, yeah. As soon as you saw the screen turn to black, you pressed the stop button right then.
Exactly. That was it.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this one. We basically just shitted on the movie, but I had fun talking about it with Simon. So Simon, again, thanks for joining me on this one.
It's time to go, man. Let's go to the mall. You know what? Let's go do a little retrospective there. Go back in time to the mall. Yeah, let's do that. If there was a mall around, oh wait, they closed them all down, didn't they?
Hey man, we're in the digital age now. Malls are old school. We're 2017 right now. You can do Amazon. Amazon is the new mall. You can make an Amazon movie right now. They probably will make an Amazon movie.
That's the best thing about today. You don't have to interact with dumb fucking assholes and mimes. You can skip the fucking mimes because there are no mimes on Amazon. Oh, fuck this movie.
Speak about Amazon. Woody's working for Amazon right now. They're giving him that money to make movies.
There you go. Everything comes full circle.
Exactly, guys. And on that note, if you liked the discussion, don't forget we've got a playlist of all the other recordings we've done for all the other reviews going back. Click on the top right corner to go back to that one. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you like it. Let us know. Leave a comment. Don't forget to check out the website that's now up, WoodyAllenRetro.com. And we'll see you on the next recording.